Hey, welcome to Squares of the Roundtable podcast. My name is Jeff Stein, and I am back after hiatus. Well, maybe not hiatus, but eventually it'll be a hiatus here in
Illinois.
Oh, man.
420.
We can bet on it, too. Yeah, we can bet on it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And with me is Mike Boyle. How are you doing, Mike?
Doing great, Jeff. Welcome back.
Thank you. And of course, I'm here. Ivan is gone.
Yeah. We talked about last week how Ivan is doing his DJ gig tonight with the black and white cartoons playing in the background while he's spinning his records. So good luck with Ivan with that. We're looking forward to hearing how that goes with you next week when you return.
Yes, with the non-politically correct cartoons. That'll be good. It's like, these are views of Ivan Rivera, not us.
That's right.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
So what have you been up to, Jeff? How you been these last 2 weeks?
I've been all over the place. It's been a kind of a crazy couple weeks. So, where can we start? I guess let's start with, I did get a chance to see Detective Pikachu.
Okay, good. What did you think?
Cool. So I'll tell you right now, I don't pay more than a matinee price for this thing. I'll tell you that right now. It really is basically Ryan Reynolds gearing up to play Deadpool as PG-13, because it's essentially Deadpool acting like a Pikachu. I don't know. I mean, it was fun. It was amusing. I'm glad I only paid $5. But, yeah. I mean, it's everything that you see on the trailers. I don't know that there's really much else to it. I mean, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't bad. But it wasn't good either. It was just kind of a popcorn movie. And yeah, I don't know that I'd spend... I'm glad I didn't spend $10 for it. I'm glad I spent $5.
Was it worth the $5? Did you get your $5 worth of entertainment?
Yeah, right. I think that's the answer to the question is I got my $5 worth of entertainment, because it certainly, if I had paid $10, I'd have been like, oh God, I really paid $10 for this? Yeah, I would have been like, well. I mean, there's certainly some interesting parts, and I look, if you're a Pokemon fan, you're going to love it. If you're not, it's entry level enough that you can watch it and be okay, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I don't know. It's there. It's there for me, and that's the best I can say. But my understanding is it made enough money that they're going to look to see if they can figure out a way to do another one, I think, but yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm glad I saw it for $5. I'm glad I didn't pay more. So,
okay, well, good.
Yeah, that was that. And then I'm trying to think, it's been, 2 weeks. Here's the fun part about 2 weeks. It's like, you got to remember everything you've done the last 2 weeks. Like, did you watch this? Did you watch that? What else what else is going on? Well, here, ready? I'll do an Ivan. I got a gig on Friday night.
All right.
Out at Laugh Out Loud in Chicago.
Oh, good.
It's for a group called This Dumb City, and it's based on storytelling stories for those who are talking about stories in Chicago. I am one of the 3 presenters for that evening, and then they're going to take our material and do improv with it. So kind of cool. It starts out at Laugh Out Loud in Chicago, which is amazing. That's a really, really great venue, and so I'm really kind of looking forward to it. And it starts at about 10 o'clock out at Laugh Out Loud, and I did put a link up on the Facebook page so people can check that out. And if they're in the Chicago area, I would love, love, love for y'all to come out and check out the show. Information on tickets and whatnot. I believe it's $15, but don't quote me on it. So yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm putting together my 5 minutes as we speak. I've had to narrow down a couple of different ideas and topics. I think I finally got to my one. I would tell you more, but I don't want to spoil it.
No, you got to go to the show and find out.
Right. Well, we'll talk about it next week. By next week, obviously, it'll have happened, and then I may have something else lined up where I might be going out of town in a couple weeks, and don't worry, I'll be back in time for the show. But yeah, I mean, it's getting, life is good. Things are getting kind of crazy, and it should be a blast. But yeah, seriously, I missed doing this. I really did. I missed being on the show. I missed being able to do it. I missed being able to get wacky and zany and have a good time. So, but how about you? What you been up to, Mike?
Oh, a few things. Let's see. You went and saw Godzilla last week.
Yeah.
King of Monsters. Rawr. And they did
I
play.
I saw previews. It looks good.
Yeah, it's a Godzilla movie. If you're a fan of any of the Godzilla movies, you're going to like this one. You won't be disappointed. This was...
Any of the Godzilla movies?
Any of the... Well, except for the 1997 Matthew Broderick one. That one sucked. Or is it 99? It don't matter. Don't care. Yeah, the Matthew Broderick one sucked. This one was good. For a Godzilla movie.
Well, but it had the French guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
No, it was all right. It was entertaining. It's in its own... Godzilla movies,
yeah.
You're not looking for Macbeth. You're not looking for great character moments between the people. You want to see the monsters wrecking stuff, and there's quite a lot of that, so...
Yeah. I think the one problem I had with that Godzilla movie, the one from the late 90s that we're talking about. Is it the late 90s? I think it is.
It was late 90s, yeah, with Matthew Broderick.
Is it late 90s?
Yeah.
Is it late 90s? I think the biggest headache with that movie is they go away from the most obvious thing about Godzilla, which is you hit Godzilla with anything and everything, and he just keeps coming. Whereas their Godzilla was very more, how can I say, shifty, and had more stealth and more speed, and it reminded me more of, T-Rex meets a raptor kind of thing, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did think it was interesting that, they have heat. The one thing I thought was interesting about that movie was I love the fact that it's like, okay, we got heat-seeking missiles. Okay, well, it's cold-blooded. It doesn't really... Heat-seeking missiles
unless he uses,
work.
his atomic breath or whatever.
Right, exactly. But yeah, I agree with you. That was the biggest problem I had with that movie was that Godzilla was far too agile and far too nimble and seemed not really to be able to take a hit. And that's not anything I've ever seen from a Godzilla movie. Well, so yeah.
Apparently this was the sequel to the 2014 one that had Bryan Cranston in it. I didn't see that. I was invited to see this with my friend and his wife, and had a good time. It was fun. It was entertaining. Good popcorn summer movie. Just turn your brain off and watch the spectacle. That's what it's about.
Yeah, I am thinking about going tomorrow for $5, but I'm between that and Aladdin.
Yeah, I've been jostling around the idea of Aladdin. I'm going to see Rocket Man and Dark Phoenix later this week, so I think that's enough. That's my movie quota. So I heard
that's right. Dark Phoenix is this weekend, isn't it? Wow,
it's Friday.
I totally forgot.
Yeah,
I totally forgot. That's going to have to be either that's Friday during the day before I do the show, or that's going to have to be later in the weekend or something. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out how I make that work. Yeah. I had forgotten that Dark Phoenix is this weekend.
But I've been meaning to see Aladdin. I'm meaning to see it.
Yeah, I heard good things from people who did see it. So, and it's funny, the other thing that's making me more willing to see it was all three of us saw Dumbo and were pleasantly surprised by it.
Oh, I did not see Dumbo.
Oh, you did not? It was just me and Ivan.
Just you and Ivan.
Okay. Both Ivan and I saw it, and I came away with the same impression that Ivan did, which was it was far better than I imagined it could ever be. And because I was like, oh, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. I don't know. And it's Tim Burton. I'm like, I don't know about this. But it was really pretty good. So I feel like whoever they're doing their quality control with, they are certainly kind of sitting there going, okay, we need to make sure that it hits a certain standard. Otherwise, we're not doing this. But I don't know. And now, I hear rumors that they're going to do, Snow White?
Of course, they're going to do them all now, I guess. We saw the trailer for that sequel to Maleficent with Angelina Jolie. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, it's like another Maleficent with Snow White.
Is that the one? No, that's not the one with Christopher Helmsworth, right? That's a different one.
That's a different one. Wasn't that the one with that was based on? No, that was the one based on Little Red Riding Hood, wasn't it? With Kirsten Stewart.
No, that was Snow White too.
Yeah, that was Snow White. Okay, never mind. Then the Huntsman. That's right. He was the Huntsman.
He was the Huntsman.
Yeah. No, that's not.
I think I'm getting those two confused.
Getting my fables confused.
Yeah, really.
Let's see what else. Got my display done. Built a shelf. I had a nice experience at the Home Depot. Okay. Which is interesting. It's great when you get great customer service at a brick and mortar store. It's nice. Mm-hmm. So I built a shelf and put some lights in it, hung it on the wall, and put some Robot toys in there. So looks good. Captain Marvel came out on digital, so I saw that again. Still very, very good. I finally read Red Sun.
Oh, did you?
Yes, because I told you I got Red Sun and Kingdom Come from my comic book store that's closing down. So.
Oh, you didn't tell me you got Kingdom Come. That's a nice pickup too. That's nice.
So Sunday afternoon, I just put my feet up. Nice sunny afternoon with the sunshine coming through my window, and I sit up and the window open. It was a nice day yesterday, so I just sat after I barbecued my burgers on the grill, and I read a Superman comic. And it's a better story than it deserves to be. I mean, you think about, what would happen if Kal-El landed in Soviet Russia? It's a better story than you'd think it would be.
Yes, it is. Well,
I love the take on the other characters. I love the take on Lois and Lex and even Jimmy Olsen and Brainiac, and but it was great. It was a really good story.
Yeah, I read it a while back. Again, the creator of Red Sun is Mark Millar.
Yeah,
Mark Millar is the person who's done Kingsman and has done Wanted, and is the person who is now doing this whole big that has that Netflix deal, that creator exclusive Netflix deal where they're even putting out Netflix comics. And I've heard about something else that they put out through Netflix comics that I'm told I need to pick up a trade paper for because I heard it's really great, but I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But I think they're going to make it into a series or a series of movies or something for Netflix. I'm really kind of surprised that we haven't seen more Millar material. The only thing I keep thinking is that maybe they're trying to hold it off until after Disney Plus or something. I don't know. He's also the guy who did Kick-Ass. So if you liked any of those, that's the same guy.
I saw that you watched Sin City. Or is that Mark Millar, or is it different?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I saw you saw Sin City.
Oh, that's Frank Miller.
Oh, Frank Miller, not Mark Miller. It's a different Miller.
Miller. Well, Mark. It's funny because it's really not. If you're reading it, it doesn't spell as Miller, but because he's Scottish, it's Millar. But I found out, I used to call him Millar or something like that. But I found out later that it's Miller. But yeah, that's Frank
Miller.
Yeah, Mark Miller. Mark Miller did Civil War for in the comics for
Right.
Marvel. And that's what they based the Civil War Captain America movie on. Frank Miller, also a comic book guy, famous for Batman Year One, famous for Dark Knight Returns. His run on Punisher is amazing. He is also the person who created the 300, but Sin City is also his, and I was just watching it again. I will that movie. I really do love that movie. From just because of how it's created and what it's like, and I kind of wish that we would get more of it. I assume you've seen it, right?
No, I haven't. I have not seen Sin City. No.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So there's two movies. There's Sin City and then there's Sin City: A Dame to Kill For. And they're both based. I shouldn't say based. They are interpretations, adaptations, and continuations of the Sin City books that Frank Miller created a while back. So it's interesting because it has some Pulp Fiction feel to it, but it definitely, it's all in black and white with some colorization in places, and it's very stylized. And the movie is very much stylized to how Frank Miller creates his art, which is really cool. And Robert Rodriguez is involved with this. As a matter of fact, Robert Rodriguez dropped out of the Directors Guild because he wanted Frank Miller involved, and they were like, "Nope, can't have Frank Miller because he's not a member of the Directors Guild," and dropped out of the Directors Guild to work with Frank Miller to do the film, which was fascinating all by itself.
Yeah, that's standing on principle, man.
Sin City is, I guess technically you would call it 4 different stories. But the wraparound story is the Bruce Willis story.
So it's like a Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, it is. Bruce Willis's story is near the beginning, and then they come back to it. It's probably Jessica Alba's best role ever, period, without question. And the late Brittany Murphy's in it. She's actually pretty good. Clive Owen, Mickey Rourke. It's a virtual who's. It's great. It really is. If you like, if it's kind of gory, it's certainly more R-rated, and it's always been a good one. All the stories are fun, and they're different, and they're interesting. And it's funny because some of the characters don't cross over, or some of them show up in different places. It's very, very, very kind of has that fiction a little bit feel to it, but definitely more feels like the Sin City comic book than anything I've seen. But yeah. And then there's a sequel, which is Dame to Kill For. Not nearly as good, but enjoyable. That came out a few years ago. So, but yeah, that's a high recommend. If you've never seen it, it's great.
Okay.
It really is. It's really pretty good.
I don't have any emotional investment. I'm sure it's a good story. It's just like The Watchmen. I heard nothing but amazing things about Watchmen, but I just don't care enough. I guess I'll see it eventually. I'm not, it's not my thing.
I gotta tell you, as somebody who read Watchmen, I was not as enamored with Zack Snyder's Watchmen as everybody else was.
Oh, the movie? Okay.
Yeah, I really wasn't. I mean, there were some cool aspects, but I didn't think. I felt like it was good, but I really felt like it could have been much better. I felt like they spent too much time trying to recreate moments and scenes like they looked like they came out of the comic, rather than remember, hey, yeah, it's a movie we should create. We should create aspects. There are some really good parts of that movie, but yeah, at sections it slows, and there's stuff where I'm like, you didn't need to do it this way. And they changed the entire ending. So that's also kind of interesting. So that, yeah, because apparently they tested it with audience. like, ugh. But, yeah, so that's that. Matter of fact, HBO is doing a Watchmen series. It's supposed to be their next big thing. I can't remember when it's supposed to get released, but I've seen trailers for it. I think it's post-Watchmen, but don't post the Watchmen time frame, but don't quote me on it.
Yeah, speaking of trailers, we've quite a few trailers have dropped since you were here last. We were on do a quick run through.
Sure, we can do that.
Okay, Rambo, part 8, or is this?
Yeah,
I mean, it was Old Man Logan, but it wasn't.
It did kind of have that feel to it, didn't it? And
even
the worst part is, they didn't feel like they showed much of anything, did they?
Sounds like it just wants to put one more under his belt.
Yeah, well, they've talked about doing this movie a long time. It's like, I almost feel like they're 10 years too late on this.
I know, he's just looking, like Sly is looking really old, man.
Well, I wonder how much of that's on purpose too, though.
They were obviously not flattering angles and lighting to make him look a little wrinkly and grizzled.
Yeah.
Oh well. Yeah. I forgot there was a Rambo movie after Rambo 3. It's like
there was.
Yeah, that was it was just called Rambo.
Because
everyone thinks the first movie is called Rambo. The first movie is called First Blood.
Right.
And then they had Rambo 2 where he goes to Vietnam and
and
then Rambo 3 he goes to Afghanistan to rescue Colonel Troutman.
Yeah.
And then Rambo 4 is just like Rambo. And this thing one is just Last Blood. So he's going to get one more Rocky movie. Yeah. That's right, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to get my revenge, okay? Then I'm going to go to dinner at 3 o'clock, okay? Because I'm old, okay?
Okay.
All right, Sly, you do your thing. So, yeah.
That is funny,
though,
because he's talking about, I guess he said he's not doing any more of the Creed movies.
Oh, he's not doing Creed 3? I don't know if I didn't.
He's not. He claims he's not doing Creed 3, which I'm kind of like, sure you're not.
Okay. Although Creed 2, I don't know. I just said I was in another movie I wanted to get around to, but I didn't.
Yeah, boy, was that! I gotta tell you, other people really liked Creed 2. I was like, I was not thrilled, and I've heard rumors that Creed 3 is Clubber Lang's kid, and I'm God. Oh, come on.
Come on.
Really?
Is this where we're going now?
Yeah. Can't you do something new and interesting? See, this was my fear about them going to Drago's. Was this kind of stuff where they're just going to think small. If anything, I would love for them to go back to the first guy. He got out of prison and now he's back, but I heard they're not going that direction. But, yeah, I don't know. It's funny because before we came on air, I think we had a better way for us to care about Rambo than what they created, which was the other trailer that came out recently, which is the Terminator is back for the millionth time.
Terminator something, I don't know, whatever. I don't care.
Terminator 5 billion.
Yeah, it's Terminator 18 or whatever. It's like every movie, they keep suckering me in. I mean, I went to go see Terminator 3. I went to go see Terminator Salvation. I went to go see Terminator Genesis. And guess what? They all sucked. Because it's not Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which is like one of my all-time favorite movies. And just so stupid.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to see it because I have hope that the Terminator franchise can still be good.
Well, I mean, they did kind of bring back just about everybody for this thing, so I don't know. But it would be funny. It really would be a cool idea. It's like, okay, let's do something interesting. Let's cross over the Rambo, the First Blood with Terminator, and have it where it's like Rambo has to help save John Connor. Now that I might be interested. Well, no, because it's like kind of like you said. It's like, hey Arnold, why don't we go have some dinner at the Denny's at 3 p.m.
The ties are just getting older.
Yeah.
That's right, okay. I'm gonna watch TV until we fall asleep at 7 p.m., okay?
Yeah. The problem is that, we're making jokes about this. Meanwhile, Harrison Ford is about to go start Indiana Jones 5, finally.
Oh, man.
It's like, Indiana Jones, we hope you make it through. I mean, I don't mean to be that mean about this, but it's like...
So long as Adam Driver isn't in it, I think we're all right.
Or Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. If Adam Driver shows up in a helmet halfway through Indiana Jones 5, I'm tapping out. I'm leaving the theater.
Wow. There's another movie that was wasn't very good, was Crystal Skull.
Oh.
That movie was...
I was excited all the way up until the end where like aliens. I'm like, shit.
And you know what the worst part is about that is it's like aliens. Okay, aliens. And then they're lame.
Yeah. Like lamer than Jodie Foster seeing her father in Contact.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about that lame. Yeah, it's I was trying to figure out how much lamer it could be. Yeah, it's like you take us all the way there, and then it's like erectile dysfunction for a movie. That's the best way I can put that movie.
An anticlimactic. That's a good way to describe it.
And
the whole fridge, he gets in the refrigerator and it saves him from an atomic blast. I'm like, yeah. All right. So, and then we got the trailer for the upcoming Netflix series of The Dark Crystal.
Yeah. Call me uninterested, but go ahead.
I'm somewhat excited because I remember seeing The Dark Crystal a lot when it was on cable back in the 80s.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, yeah, this could be good.
I guess.
The Muppets and the puppeteering and all that. I'm sure the story will be interesting. Not without today's CGI. It should be good.
Jim Henson was the Dark Crystal, right?
Yeah, so it was Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal. That was his baby. But I guess they just tanked at the box office, so there was no chance of a sequel. And this is, I think, it came after Labyrinth.
So how does this work? Because Disney doesn't own the rights to Dark Crystal?
No, Disney owns... Yeah, this is Disney's baby, but it's Jim Henson's puppet shop.
Right, but they're going to do it on Netflix, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. If the Muppets are owned by Disney, why is this out on Netflix?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Oh, yeah, who owns the rights to that?
Yeah, no, that's...
Maybe just another deal that got struck, a couple of years ago because they've had to make a lot of practical effects and actual puppets had to be made.
Yeah. So, watch. This is going to be one of those ones like they had a deal, they made it, and then are we going to get additional seasons if it's any good because you've got two companies that are kind of going to war with each other. I'm curious to see. As it is, it's like I think they're pushing out the last season of Jessica Jones, and then that's it. So
that'll be the end of that.
Yeah, that's the end of that for Marvel. And soon you're not going to see any Disney related on Netflix. I don't remember what the exact date of that is. And now Warner Brothers is talking about, because they're doing their streaming thing, and all their stuff is leaving. And I've heard stuff about the next set of CW stuff they're talking about not bringing to Netflix either, which has been helpful for them. Probably because they're getting ready to send a lot of that send probably to the Warner's over the top model that they're going to. So who knows?
Yeah.
So yeah,
we did finish. Yeah, I think it was here last week when I did finish season 2 of Star Trek Discovery. That was very good. It was much better than the end of season 1. So looking forward to season 3 eventually on CBS All Access. We just got the trailer for the Picard, the teaser trailer for Picard. So looking forward to that. See how that world has continued. What's happened?
Yeah, that's the first time I've been willing or considered the fact that I need to see that. Or I need to buy CBS All Access. And in fairness to me, I kind of laugh because maybe it's just me, but that's a show that has enough appeal that if I was CBS, why are you putting it on All Access? I mean, that show could deliver enough on regular network TV, unless you're planning on doing some stuff that, you can't do on network TV.
Yeah, it could be some violence and maybe even an S-bomb. So.
Or, more Klingon boobs. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there's a running gag in the Star Trek community about there's a scene in season 1 of Star Trek Discovery where a Klingon is urinating in the street and there are 2 streams of piss coming from, you see him from the backside. And so Klingons have 2 thingies. So, I don't know. Yeah. So anyone else?
Hey, there's a category for Jeopardy. Things I didn't want to know about Star Trek for 1,000, please.
Well, apparently it's canon because it's Star Trek. Like, oh boy. Anyway.
Apparently he doesn't have a cannon. So pea shooters.
Yeah. So Star Trek Picard is coming. I'm excited.
Oh, come on. That was somewhat good.
Mm-hmm.
I was bad, but it was good. Yeah, really. Yeah. I honestly, that's one that I've sat there and been like, well, that I might be interested in watching. I'm intrigued. I would be intrigued if they pull a lot of interesting guest stars. And when I say that, I don't just necessarily mean Next Generation. I mean, it'd be interesting if they pulled from Voyager or if they pulled from DS9. If they pulled from some of those other aspects too. That would be interesting to me because it'd be interesting to see how some of that evolved. I mean, as it is, we still don't really know what happened when Voyager came back. I mean, it's assumed, but we don't know what happened when Voyager came back. That could be interesting.
Well, we did see, I think it was was it in Nemesis? We saw Vice Admiral Janeway on the screen for like 10 seconds.
Did we? Okay. I don't know. I stopped. It's amazing how those got so bad that it got to the point where it's like, no. And I liked that cast. I really did. I really liked Next Generation, and I thought their movies would be so much better. And then I realized something, Mike, and I'll ask you.
Ask me.
Why did they try to make Next Generation movies that looked like they would come from like the Shatner crew?
Because the formula worked, I guess. I mean, I liked Generations a lot. For me,
yeah,
because it was had a lot. We lost the Enterprise D, but and then Star Trek: First Contact was just a good movie.
Yeah.
And then Insurrection was pretty much just an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation in like a 2-hour.
Yeah, but not a good one either.
No, not interesting. I don't care about these people in the Briar Patch or wherever it was. I don't even remember.
Well, I just remember all these episodes that they used to do that were far more like intrigue or mystery or weird stuff would happen, like on board the ship where something would happen and they'd have to spend the time to figure it all out and it would be something kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Or they would set up for something longer, or the things where it's like, honestly, no, I don't think of Picard as somebody who's going to win in a fist fight. That's Riker's job. And yet there's Picard getting into a fist fight all the time, and I'm like, I don't buy this. This
in First Contact, he had a action sequence at the end when he was, I think he was not just wielding like a phaser rifle, but just like punching and yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even in Generations, he's got that sequence with Malcolm McDowell, where I'm just like, I'm not buying this.
Well, he really? Beats the crap out of him. They make short work of Picard. That's why he needs Kirk to show up.
Right. Well, and that's what I mean. It's like, to me, that's one of the things I always found fascinating about Picard is he's not Kirk. He's just the opposite, which is he's smarter than Kirk. He outsmarts people. That's how he does his thing, is that that's what made him interesting. And I feel like that's where the movies lost everything. Was they tried to make Picard an action hero? It's like, stop trying to make him Kirk. I don't know. Am I wrong about it? Or...
No, you're right. And it's obviously the behest of Rick Berman and the studio saying, "Come on, he's the hero of the movie. He's got to have like a Die Hard moment." And that's kind of how it was in First Contact, where it was just him on the ship at the end, up against the main bad guy. And then I don't know. I guess I don't remember much from Insurrection. Actually, I only ever saw it once in the theater. I mean, I just didn't care enough. I have the DVD here, but I just never put it in. I might have watched deleted scenes.
If I did, I just don't remember. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I said, to me, I always thought it was like, you've got, if you want fighting sequences, fine. Pull out Riker. Pull out Data.
Data.
Pull out Data.
Pulaski calls him Data. Everybody else calls him Data.
Yeah, that's why she went down the elevator chute.
That's why.
Oh, wait, no, that's All Law. My bad. No one liked her on that show either, by the way. I think that's hysterical. 2 shows, nobody liked her on either show. I mean, that's the part I think is hysterical about that.
What was the actress's name? Who was that who played Pulaski?
I can't remember.
She's Diana Muldaur. That was her name.
Yeah, and she was on LA Law before that.
Yeah, and everyone hated her on that show, too.
Yeah, everybody hated her on that show, too. And then they killed her off by her falling down the elevator shaft. That I remember. And the best part is, just when people might have sort of it's like, people were like, okay, you didn't have to do that. We didn't like her. It's not like you had to do that. Come on. But, yeah, it was...
Yeah, who knows? Maybe the Picard series will bring back Pulaski. Diana Muldaur, she's still alive. But she's like, must be like, oof.
Yeah. I don't know. Have they talked about anybody?
I think Riker might be coming back. We might see Troy.
Yeah,
I'm sure Dorn's going to be up for it.
Yeah,
Michael Dorn would be up for it. But Data's dead. Spoilers: Star Trek Nemesis. Data dies.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, he kerplodes with the Riemann ship.
Wow, but there's other ways around that.
Now there's B4. Remember? Oh God, I just all these years trying to forget Star Trek Nemesis, and I'm bringing it up because I have to for the podcast.
Oh, sorry.
And B4, the android they find on the planet with the Land Rover or whatever they use the dune buggy to ride around in to make Picard an action hero, which was totally dumb.
Oh God. See, this is why those movies failed. Is because it's like they took all the characters and all the great character work that was done in the show at time and basically chucked it out the window. It's like you've got Data, you've got Riker, if you need a fight sequence, why not those guys? Oh, I know, because Patrick's captain and he has to. So stupid. It'd be like if in the middle of X, he got out of the chair and started to beat the shit out.
Started punching Sabretooth.
Yeah, it's like no, what the hell? Stop it! It's crazy. Oh God.
See what else have we gotten for trailers? Oh, I did see the trailer. I think it dropped today. The trailer for Ford versus Ferrari with Matt Damon and Christian Bale.
Oh, I haven't seen this.
That looks interesting. Could be a good story.
Okay.
But it's just Christian Bale.
I'm trying to think what else is...
That's in November. And there was other trailers before Godzilla. Let's see. There's that one that's they still plugging away for that one with Jason Statham and Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
I've seen that trailer about 50 times this summer in spring.
I have this feeling like that movie's going to do okay because they're putting it near the back end of the summer. And people are going to be like, okay, there's nothing else to. You know, I think that's where that's good. I think there it's in like the Suicide Squad slot. I mean, really, but that's just me. But I'm with you. I'm kind of like I can't like those trailers.
I feel like I've seen the movie already.
Yeah, and I feel bad because what's his name? Roman Reigns is in it from WWE. I guess this is big screen debut, and I hope it works for him. I do. I really do. You know, those guys could use the money. Not that they don't make a lot of money in wrestling these days, but get out.
Getting out to Hollywood, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear the other thing?
Supposedly what?
Guess supposedly Vin Diesel's thinking about replacing The Rock Fast Furious 9 with John Cena.
Would you?
I'm not kidding. Okay. I've heard this.
Sure.
There.
Sure. Just shave his head. Put him in there.
No, we'll just exchange one wrestler for another.
Yeah.
We'll get the white guy. I know those two have some seriously, so I'm curious to see if he's back really. But I don't know. I'm kind of glad there isn't another Fast and Furious movie this summer. Like
I had to sit through a couple of those with my ex-girlfriend.
Some of them aren't bad. I've yet to go to it's been a long time since I've been to the movies to see. I don't think I've ever seen them. I think I've always read. I mean, the thing with the tank was.
I saw either was it 6 or 7 or 7 and 8. I remember I saw them in concurrence.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. But I've seen what I needed to see. It's just like their own class of movie, like Godzilla. Like it's its own kind of movie. You know what you're gonna get when you get into it.
There, once in a while, they like I think the last one's the one that had the tank, and I'm like, okay, what are they gonna do with this? I mean, once in a while they got stuff where you're like, okay, I want to see what happens with. But yeah, I'm with you. We're at a point where it's like Fast and the Furious 5 wheelchair races or something. I don't. We seem to be making a lot of slams about people.
Vin Diesel something family.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Maybe this is the part where Hollywood's run out of shit to.
We just need some more new action heroes. What do we have had lately? It was John Wick 3. It's been
Keanu.
I guess it was good. Aren't they still talking about doing a spin-off series in that universe?
Are they? I
don't know.
I've never seen any of the John.
I saw the first one and I liked it. Then I heard the second one was more the same, so I didn't watch it. And now the third one I hear is just more and more of the same with more highly choreographed fight scenes.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, that's
yeah.
I got enough of it with John Wick 1. John Wick 1 was satisfying to me, so I don't need to see more.
What's the other one? I feel like there's a bunch of movies same, like the Jack Reacher movies and the John Wick movie and like all of these, after a while it's like, I don't even remember who half these people are sometimes. But don't worry, we have a new Batman.
Yeah, hooray. We certainly have a new Batman, and he's a real vampire, so I'm told.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, there's a part of me where it's like people have said, nobody liked Michael Keaton when we got him. Nobody wanted Val Kilmer. That's not true. I remember people wanting Val Kilmer, then people being annoyed that Val Kilmer wouldn't dye his hair. I remember that. And then George Clooney was the one we all wanted, and that sucked.
That one was, that one was bad.
In fairness, that had nothing to do with Clooney. That was just a bad movie.
And by then we were kind of threw our hands up in the air, and then Christopher Nolan says, hey, why don't I do these? And we're all like, okay. And then we're like, oh my God.
Yeah. See, I don't remember anybody bitching about Christian Bale.
No, I don't remember much
now that you say that,
whisper about when Batman Begins came out. Nobody was all like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that it's funny you say that. Now that I'm thinking... Because everybody... Batman... That's not true. I don't remember anybody having anything that was said about Christian Bale at the time. I don't recall that at all. But Affleck, yeah. But I that's where I differed with a lot of people. I really did.
He played a great older Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's sad because I'd like to have seen more of that character.
Yeah, it's too bad we're never going to get a Justice League 2. So.
You think so? I think we might get another Justice League.
We'll get a soft reboot of Justice League, but we're never going to get that continuation with, with Darkseid,
I'm with you. That's the other big news. I guess there's going to be, so I guess Tom King is writing or has written a script for DC for the New Gods featuring Mr. Miracle. And if they're really letting Tom King write the movie, it should be really, really good. Yeah, so they're going to let Tom King write. They're letting Tom King write
the story or the screenplay.
I think the whole thing.
Oh, good.
And he had a really good run on Mr. Miracle, and he's a great writer, as you're aware. And if they let the comic book people continue to do things, it's going to be good. I've heard, by the way, that the Doom Patrol series was...
Yeah, I heard it's decent. I'm going to watch season 2 of Titans when it comes out because they left it at a cliffhanger. But I've heard good things about Doom Patrol, and I've seen some minor clips and stills on social media about it. So, it's, and I like the new guy's Cyborg. I don't have a problem with it. And eventually, hopefully, there'll be a tie-in and bring him back in with the Titans, but...
Yeah, it's funny. I have somebody who's a little bit more connected. He's like, I understand your beef with it. At the same time, he was like, but he's really good. I'm like, yeah, I know, but why... I'm convinced half the problem is that happened, they got access to him after Justice League went in the tank. And if Titans had happened later, then we would have got Cyborg in Titans.
Right, and then we would have gotten that crew.
Yeah, then we would have gotten him too. But I get the impression that this is...
Oh, and speaking of DC, next week drops season 2 premiere of Krypton.
Yes. You and I are in the same wavelength.
Yes.
I wanted to go there next. Yes, next week is Krypton. That'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it. What about you?
Yeah, I am. They left it at a super cool, oh my god, how's they gonna fix this kind of thing. So.
Yeah, it's interesting because I did see I saw a commercial or a trailer recently, and I think it's Adam Strange saying Superman couldn't stop Doom, and now he's gone, which I thought was interesting. We won't even get into the part where it's like, Superman couldn't stop Doomsday, P.S. there's a red sun. What they seem to have forgot is, P.S. there's a red sun here. You can't stop Doomsday if you tried. Yeah,
because you got the red sun, buddy, so...
Yeah, no superpowers now.
Nope.
So, I'm fascinated what they're going to do with some of the things that they left at, because it's like, the only thing that could be interesting is, the thing that could be interesting to me would be if, so Zod's, and now Doomsday is running rampant while Zod's in charge.
And they still have the city, don't they still have the city of Kaldor? Has that been shrunken yet? I think so.
No, they're in Kaldor.
Okay. Oh yeah, so it's Brainiac, I forget. Yeah, I'll need a recap before I watch season 2 just to be sure.
Yeah, that's the part that's amusing. It's like they're trying to, in the end, it's like, no, if you stop Brainiac, there's no Superman because there is no Kaldor.
Right.
Because they don't move, they don't leave, they don't escape.
Right. They have
to go to the other city to go and live there, and that's the problem. The other thing is that if I remember correctly, Adam Strange is in some sort of bottled city, but we're not sure if it's Detroit or where it is.
Yeah, could
but
be it's like
he's
an
in a
alternate
bottle.
universe or whatever.
Right, and then we're getting and plus the fact we got Seg L stuck
In the Phantom Zone,
in the Phantom Zone with Brainiac, and I know that he and Brainiac, I saw some Brainiac are talking in the Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get interaction. And then obviously the other thing is Main Man is coming.
Yep, Lobo.
Lobo, which makes Lobo older than dirt. Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's, unless he's a different Lobo. I can't
Yeah,
find
see,
it.
like, I my first introduction to Lobo was obviously through the Warner Brothers animated Justice League. And then when I read American Alien, there was a great chapter of a fight between a young Clark and Lobo, and I love that scene. So I hope you get more Lobo in that sense of just being a badass and a jerk and just an antagonist as well.
So Lobo originally is created in the Bwahaha era of Justice League International by Keith Giffen and Maguire. And I can't remember. I think it's Kevin Maguire. I could be wrong about it. And the Justice League is out there and finds him. And I can't remember how or when, but that's how Lobo put in. Lobo is supposed to be a joke. Lobo is an idea that they came up with, and I can't remember if they had him spoofed off who he's supposed to be a spoof of. That he purposely is like that, and people just fell in love with him. And for a while he was in Justice League, and then he kind of spun off into his own little world, and then for a while he was doing some stuff with Legion too. So he's kind of had a life of his own for a character that was supposed to kind of be this throwaway character.
Yeah, I think for a time they talked about maybe Michael Bay producing a Lobo movie, but that didn't happen. So thankfully,
yeah, thank God.
Yeah,
oh my God. Well, no, it would have been good. It could. Michael Bay is good at lots of explosions, and there would have been a whole lot of hot aliens.
Yeah,
that
would have been it, though.
Yeah, well,
maybe for a 60-minute Lobo movie, okay, but otherwise, yeah, keep Michael Bay away from it.
And then there would be this moment where everything is going horrible, and the world thinks everything is over, and there's really depressing music, and then Optimus Prime shows.
He rides a motorcycle through a plate glass window.
Yeah, or something like
transforms in midair with glass flying and women shrieking and bullets and explosions everywhere. And
then suddenly you hear, "Go Ninja, go Ninja."
And here come the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And Megan Fox in a hot sports car walks out with perfect hair.
Yeah,
no.
Exactly.
That's your Lobo movie. That's the Lobo movie we don't deserve. What's the Lobo movie we get?
Actually, that would be a pretty good Lobo movie. That would be
maybe an hour long, not a full length feature though.
That would be a pretty good Lobo movie if it was Optimus Prime, the Ninja Turtles, the Decepticons, Lobo, and a whole bunch of explosions and a whole bunch of pretty girls.
And Mark Wahlberg flexing his muscles.
Yeah.
Behind an American flag.
We can have him and that'll work. That's good. We're good. There we go.
Yeah. That's our pitch for the Lobo movie. So any studio, feel free to pick us up and send a check to the following address.
Yeah, seriously.
Contact us on Facebook.
Yeah.
We take PayPal.
Yeah, seriously. We'll take about anything.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
we can get.
Well, maybe not anything.
Yeah. So like I said, we talked about going to see Aladdin. And I'm curious about that. So speaking of superhero movies, we are $75 million away from Endgame beating out Avatar. Global box office. I hope they do it.
I still need to go see it. It's funny. There's a part of me where I'm just like, okay, I'm ready for phase to see what comes next now.
Yeah.
And
we get,
I want it
we're recording on the 3rd, so we get 1 month until Spider-Man.
That's true. That's true. I guess that's a valid point. We got 1 month till Spider-Man, and
because the next Marvel movie isn't due out till next summer.
Yeah, really. Well, yeah, that's true now. I'm trying to think. Is there a DC movie that comes out before that? I don't think so.
Wonder Woman.
I can't. Wait, is Wonder Woman that early? I don't know. I'd have to go look. I think we're gonna be. I know there's. I know it's coming out in December. But I am not.
And we're getting the Joker movie in November, I think.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's not really like a regular comic movie, like a superhero. That's gonna be.
I think you're just looking at a one-off that's not going to have the costumes and the spectacle of your typical comic book hero, because obviously not going to be the hero.
Yeah. Well, I hope not.
No.
God.
So yeah, our next Marvel movie is not till May of next year.
Yeah.
We don't even know what it's going to be. They haven't announced yet.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we haven't.
I don't know if they've started filming it yet.
Well, no, I heard something about that the Black Widow movie's getting filmed now.
Oh, that's right. Black Widow movie started filming. Yeah, that's right.
Then they're claiming it's going to be
on-set photos have leaked. So
right, and that it's going to be pre-Civil War or something.
Okay, yeah, get a standalone story and wedge it into the MCU. I'm fine with that.
I guess. I don't know. I like I said, we'll see. I'm curious to see how it all plays out, and what'll be interesting is I don't know if Disney's planning on announcing any of this at San Diego, or if they're going to wait for D23 again.
I know we're not going to get a Black Widow movie teaser before then. That's what they're filming it now, so they can't cut the teaser yet. So unless they do like a who knows, like a 30-second super duper, really quick teaser. So,
yeah, it'll be interesting because it's because some of these studios are starting to figure out ways on their own without having to go to San Diego, and it'll be interesting to see how that works in the future. Because we started seeing it with Disney, where Disney announces their stuff at stuff that makes sense for Disney, like Celebration, D23, or something like that, versus, say, these major cons. The comic book stuff, sure, you can announce it at cons, but the big stuff, we'll see. I'm curious. To see if there's an event, if there's some sort of Avengers panel or something like that, if that's done.
An Avengers post-mortem.
Yeah.
Avengers debrief. Who knows?
Right. Or if this is the opening to phase, they're going to open phase 4 there.
A hint has been dropped about Guardians 3.
Oh yeah.
The rumor is that Guardians 3, we will meet Rocket's creator.
Okay.
So, okay. I'm fine with that. Kind of finishes the arc. I mean, the first movie was about Peter and his mother, and the second one was about Peter's dad, and so now we get to about. Then James Gunn talked about, I think I don't know where he posted, but he wanted to finish Rocket's story because he sees himself as a Rocket. Apparently, James does. So, but he wanted to finish Rocket's arc. And remember, like, Rocket's been alive for 5 years, so he's a different man, I guess. Maybe in some ways, now that he's got his, he got what he lost. He got his family back. So
yeah, I think that's the other thing.
We wanted to see some growth from Rocket because that was Guardians. That was the great thing about Guardians 2 is that it was a lot about the relationship between Yondu and Rocket. They had that one scene together where they admit that that we're alike. two of us, and it was great. So anyway, yeah. So that's anything about Guardians 3 or as Guardians 3.
That's the other question. Are they really going to
bring Thor back? Yes, have Thor.
Have Thor be part of that.
Yes.
And by the way, did you see
What's that?
Chris Hemsworth says that he's the reason that he stayed fat fight against Thanos. That apparently they wanted to
shrink him back to cut
cut
skinny Thor back to regular Thor.
And then supposedly he's the one who was like, "No, that's silly. Well, let's not do that." And,
it doesn't make sense physiologically. I mean, even for a magic, like what he said, it's space magic. But it doesn't make sense that he would change his physiology just because he would get his armor back.
Well, or his hammer back.
But he's great. I mean, he's badass with the braids and the beard, man.
No, absolutely. Like I said, I'm glad they did it.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the thing that I'm finding kind of funny about the whole thing is there are way too many the time loop, the time problems, and there's about how moving everything 5 years ahead and then suddenly snapping and putting everybody back is an issue. And this is and some of the stuff about supposedly the fat shaming Thor, and it's like, wow, I don't know. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't get it. I'm not.
Nah.
I'm not feeling it. Maybe that's just me. I have no.
So you gonna catch one more matinee, or are you done with Endgame until it comes out on video, DVD? Because you gotta go see and find Howard the Duck, man.
Yeah. The funny part is it's funny because, usually when it comes out on like Netflix, I'll watch it with a buddy, but but I think that's one of the movies that's gonna be on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it is. They said it's exclusively going to stream on Disney Plus, unless you pay for the digital release or the disc.
Right. So you're right. I may end up, now that I'm thinking about it, because my thought process has been, I'll catch it when it comes on. Well, no, because it'll come on demand no matter what. Anyway, but yeah. Otherwise, it's okay. I'm either watching it on demand or I'm watching it. I have to get Disney Plus. So yeah, that's a good point. I might have to go see it again. I might have to do that. I'm trying to think. There's something else I wanted to mention to you. Oh, I know what it was. Kind of an interesting. Obviously, whatchamacallit opened the Star Wars Galaxy Edge.
Yes, that opened, and I guess there was a group shot of, who was it they had? Harrison, Mark, Billy D, and Lucas.
Yeah.
Were there.
Yeah.
And Harrison Ford dedicated the ride or whatever to Peter.
Yeah. I'm still not clear. I mean, are you about what some stuff is that's in there or not? Are you? Okay. Do you have any inkling or understanding of what they do in there? I mean, I've heard about there's a ride in the Millennium Falcon. I've heard about that you can build your own droid or you can build your own lightsaber, but I saw some of the costs for that and I'm like, holy shit. That's I don't know if you saw that or not.
Yeah, no, I've not caught any of the particulars about the ride. I've just seen some pictures and stills, and some people have been there. Some in costume, so it's great. So yeah, no, I've not caught any of the details about what you do with the ride or the exhibit or whatever you want to call it.
My understanding is you can build your own lightsaber, and I thought that was cool until I heard the price tag.
What is the price tag?
Like $200.
Yeah. I think they got the $9.99 ones at Walmart if you want to do that.
Well, here's the best. Imagine if you brought your family of, okay,
And your two kids each want a lightsaber.
Man. Family of 4 with 4 kids, or yeah, I guess 2 kids. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it wrong. Let me try this way: family of 6, 4 kids, and they all want a lightsaber.
Nope. That's a house payment.
That's as much as the trip.
That's the mortgage. Yeah. Nope. Oh well. But yeah.
Jeez.
Disney's got to get that $1 billion back. So.
And that I heard, like, the droid building thing's even more expensive than that. Like, you can build your own droid or something.
Is it 1-to-1 scale?
I don't know.
What would I do with an R2-D2 here? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know enough. All I know.
I'd rather just get a cardboard cutout of R2-D2 and C-3PO. Just put that in a room somewhere. But the full size, it'd be neat to just to play with like a full size remote control astromech droid. Just like play with it for like an hour. Then I'd be like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Here's the other thing I'm curious about. You know there are going to be people who are going to want to show up there and all their cosplay stuff.
Them Star Wars fans, they are quite dedicated.
Do that. Yeah, I mean, you know that. I'm curious what they'll let them in with and what they won't let them in.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the Jedi don't use actual swords, so they don't have to worry about that. But
yeah, but they're gonna let them in with like the cheapy lightsabers or fake guns and all that stuff. You really think they're gonna let them in with all that?
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they have like metal detectors or whatever. The policy, you get to check at the door before you get in.
I guess, but I know they're gonna want to carry shit around. That's how they all are. They're gonna be like, why can't I carry it with me? Because you're gonna get drunk and hit someone in the head with.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'd be nice. Maybe, I don't know. It's been 30 years since I've been to Great America, and that's like right here, like 45 minutes from my house.
Yeah, so, I know.
I was like, I don't do amusement parks. But it'd be nice to do, though, just to see it and walk inside the Millennium Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a trip, man.
I heard, now, when they were first talking about this, they were talking about that they were going to have kind of some experiences that were very live action play that would go on in there. I don't know if that's what I have no idea. Like that, you might get recruited to go on specific missions and stuff, but I gotta imagine you're careful about stuff like that if you know what I mean. You don't want somebody to have like a heart attack with this thing,
Well, sooner or later, it's just I don't know, is there like a running count of people who have like actually died at Disney World?
I'm sure there is.
Wasn't it? Yeah, I think there was a story I think we did like a month or two ago about people leaving their ashes at Disney World.
Yeah.
People hiding their ashes in planters and such.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Because people loved, their fondest memories at Disney, and then what's Disney now? It's Star Wars, and Star Wars is the biggest fandom on the planet. So
is it?
I think what else would be? I mean, if you don't count because football, like sports, maybe soccer, but that's not. It's unless you discount sports. I mean, it's the single greatest pop culture phenomenon of the last 40 years. What else would it be?
Yeah. It's funny you say that because fans would fight you right on.
Well, I don't see Star Trek building a $1 billion theme park ride.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You got me. You got him there.
And what's the highest grossing film in America? The Force Awakens. Not Star Trek 9, The Search for Picard's whatever.
Patootie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a joke that the Picard series is going to be nothing but Picard just picking grapes in his vineyard.
Seriously.
For an hour, for 12 episodes.
Oh my god, that would be... boy, that would be some ultimate trolling now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he's watching the grapes on the vine saying, make it grow. Yeah.
What was, could you see him like sitting there with like a thing of wine going, yeah, I remember back in the day when I used to be a Starfleet captain, and then we do like the
yeah, and you did you got to have Patrick Stewart in front of his face going just like Wayne's World.
And have like the Pepperidge Farm guy going.
Remember that one time we fought the Borg?
Yeah,
that totally was sick.
Pepperidge Farm, remember?
That's right. Pepperidge Farm remembers number one.
God. Yeah, that's.
No, I'd love to go see the Star Trek thing, but you gotta wait like a few months before the Star Wars thing. Yeah, the Star Wars thing at Disney.
Yeah, I'm not going anytime soon. Plus
no,
the fact
neither
it's only at Disneyland at the moment, so they haven't opened up Disney.
I thought it was Disney World. Where's the Disneyland?
I think, well, there's a Disneyland and a Disney World, but I think both.
Okay.
But I don't think Disney World's version of it is open yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I forgot. It's funny. Because, Toy Story's coming out this month, right?
In 2 weeks, yep. I got my crew together, so Toy Story 4 is in 2 weeks, abouts. And
then we're gonna see Facebook light up, the internet light up again with people raising up their cats. The Lion King song again.
Mm-hmm.
Very shortly.
When is Lion King?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
This is what I mean. It's like I feel like I'm being bombarded by some of.
That's how I felt like last year, with all these movies last year.
It's not even that. It's like, okay, I feel like it's like, okay, we just had Dumbo. Now we have Aladdin, and now okay, here comes the Lion King.
The Lion King is July 19.
Is it really? Wow.
Like 2 weeks after Spider-Man.
Forget that. It's like what? 2 months? Almost 2 months from Aladdin?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I just feel like.
And then in the fall, they have the Maleficent. It's Angelina Jolie. Maleficent.
It'd be funnier if it was Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
It was like Jennifer Aniston, and she was like, "You bitch! You stole my husband."
Eat this apple.
That'd be. Yeah. Eat this apple. I'm stealing Brad Pitt. No, I got Brad Pitt back. You can have all of his bratty children.
Yeah, that colony of kids you've adopted.
Yeah, something like that.
That small town of children.
Yeah,
that's
now
small
town of children. Yeah,
that's now like the Jolie family.
Yeah, really. Oh God, that's the death match we always needed and should have had. Was somehow we should have had Jennifer Aniston versus Angelina Jolie.
Remember this old claymation celebrity death match?
Yeah, it's coming back, I heard.
Yeah, of course it is. Everything's coming back because Hollywood's run out of ideas.
It's not that. Well, it never should have left.
You hear these stories, speaking of coming back, you heard this story about Dan Aykroyd? How he wanted to make a Ghostbusters High? Where it deals with, in the late 60s, it's Venkman, Spengler, and Stantz in high school together, figuring out how to build this ghostbusting equipment.
Oh, that could be amusing if they were all high. That'd be funny. They're not going to do that though.
Yeah.
But unless they were in Illinois, now they could do it.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. Any thought whatsoever about thinking about going finding some place to go hang out and get some edibles or smoke a doobie?
No, I don't care about getting high. I don't even get drunk anymore. I'll have a beer or two every now and then, but I can't. No, I have no interest in that, and I can't smoke. I'm terrible at it. I tried smoking once. My face turned green, and I said, no, this isn't for me.
Right.
So.
No, I'm all for... Now, on the other hand, the edibles... I'd consider the edibles, if they're good.
Nah.
I just gotta be careful.
Not my thing.
With how much with how much I eat, the next... I'll be like, look, stars, wherever you are. It's like, why is everyone trying to eat me or something? I don't know. Or I'd be in a totally mellow place. I have no idea.
Now, welcome to Illinois. We're broke, so we're going to legalize drugs.
And gamble. Want to bet?
No thanks. Want to bet? Literally. You can now.
Yeah.
Thanks to Illinois.
Yeah. Well, and we could do the sports spec book now too. It's except for I think Illinois college sports, which is kind of amusing because it's like, okay, not that Illinois has a lot of college sports I would have bet on, except for Northwestern football. We don't have to worry about that for NCAA basketball. All the teams in this state for basketball suck.
No, the Illini. I don't think the Illini have ever been valid in March Madness.
Oh yeah, they have.
Okay.
Oh
well,
no,
there you go.
They were in the finals. God, it's been a while ago. It's been within the last 20 years. And then I know in '89 they made the Final Four, but there's been a more recent trip where they made the finals and they got beat by North Carolina in the final. But if anything, Loyola last year. What am I talking about? Cinderella story Loyola.
Yeah.
With sister, what's her name? Sister Christian. No. That's the song. Ivan would be laughing. Yeah, I don't know. I think at that point we could wrap this up and then time to hit because and then we can think about news time as well. So.
Yes, I suppose that's for good. We don't have Ivan here to bring some brevity to, or some anecdotes about his situation. But we'll hear from him next week, hopefully. We should be all good in that regard. I'm looking forward to seeing the feedback because these people who go to the Logan Arcade, they're primarily younger people. So I'd be interesting to see if Ivan gets any feedback, good or bad, about this black and white thing. So I'm interested.
Yeah, that'll be.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Of course, next week. I'll be reviewing Rocket Man and Dark Phoenix. Those are coming soon, so looking forward to that. But yeah, why don't you plug you got your gig on Friday? What's that going on with that again?
So this Friday, which is June 7th, 2019, at Laugh Out Loud Theater, 10 o'clock. This Dumb City. If you Google This Dumb City, you can find information. Go on our Facebook page. You can find information about This Dumb City as well. And I will be one of the featured storytellers. It should be a blast. And then afterwards, there's me and two other stories. And then my understanding is there's going to be like an imp that is going to then take some of these stories and turn them into improv. So it's kind of cool. So we'll see how that all works out, but yeah, I'm excited.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it could be. Reminds me, within the next little bit, we should talk. Ironically, we should talk wrestling. That I guess. Well, we can talk about that before. So I think I've mentioned to you that there's a new wrestling promotion that that was founded like earlier this year, right? I think I've mentioned this, haven't I?
I think you have.
So it's called AEW, and it's backed by the son of the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, so we're talking big money. But they're going to end up being on TNT in the fall, but nobody knows what day yet. But they had a big paper. This past week.
Okay. Is this all new talent?
Some of it's new talent. Some of it's people you've seen before. A lot of this is guys who are indie guys who you've probably never heard of. The people who you might have heard of is like Jim Ross was on comment play-by-play. Chris Jericho was involved. I'm trying to think of who else you might have actually heard. The guy who used to be Dean Ambrose is on the show. And then Cody Rhodes, who's Dustin Rhodes' kid, is one of the guys who's really involved in this. So, yeah, like I said, they had a good. I understand they had a good show. People are really excited, and I'm not ready to. There are a lot of people ready to sit there and say, back to the days of the Monday Night. I'm not ready to. I still think that they still have a lot to before we get that far, but at the same time, I'm possibility that they're, something's got to change, because some of that WWE is just like, technically it's on tonight while we're sitting. I don't care.
But the thing is, do you think, the WWE, as it stands right now, is the single wrestling entity? There's room, obviously going to be room for more content.
Well, there've been some others that are out there. There's one that was called TNA, or known as Impact, and they've just absolutely squandered every opportunity they've had, and they were mismanaged, and they're still around, but they ran themselves into the ground, and they were really kind of the number 2 promotion, but yeah, they ran themselves into the ground. There's another promotion that's been around called Ring of Honor, but really, they've been very slow-minded, and so there's been independence, but nobody in terms of nationally like the WWE. If anything, the WWE at this point is now competing with the bigger promotion, or is competing with promotions in like Mexico or Japan. Those are the that we thought could challenge them. I mean, there was even talk that some of the Japan, like New Japan, came over here and did a show in Madison Square Garden recently. And I thought that's where this would, but it's changed. But yeah, really in reality, yeah, the WWE is kind of, if you're talking wrestling, yeah.
It's your only one-stop shopping, and it's your only place to really go.
I mean, if you're really looking for stuff, you can find it on the internet. You can find anything on the internet.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, if you're a casual fan and you're not really around, you're just flipping around looking for wrestling, like, yeah, WWE is easily accessible. That's the truth. So.
Okay, well, best of luck to this new network.
Well, it's not a new network; it's a new federation. But
okay,
yeah,
it's a new show or a new, like I said,
right? It's a new group, and in fairness, they do have, some of the right people involved, and I do think they'll be okay. But there are a lot of people in the same level as the WWE, and it's like they've had 2 pay-per-views, and they haven't even started their show yet, and they don't do weekly programming. Let's hold off before we start putting them in the same category. That's not to say that I don't think they can do it, but let's as it is. It was funny because people are not used to paying what we used to pay for pay-per-views anymore. Back in the day, people would pay $40-$50 for a pay-per-view. Okay, but when the WWE came along with their network, everything went down to like $9.99. For a lot of people, when it came time to buy this AEW pay-per-view, that were like $50. What?
And most of these people you don't know, and you don't know if it's going to be entertaining or not.
Oh, this is even people who knew where these people were. And we're like, $50? Yeah, that's what it costs when you don't have the WWE network and you're one of these other ones where, we've gotten spoiled with, okay, yeah, I bought WrestleMania for $10. Or yeah, I bought Money in the Bank for $10. You get the point. And oh, by the way, I can watch anything.
Yeah, are you a member of the WWE network right now?
At the moment, I am. I keep forgetting.
Okay.
I haven't used it, and I keep thinking, okay, go back and certain.
Keep forgetting to cancel.
Yeah, I've had this. During WrestleMania season, nice. But
well, now isn't there a SummerSlam coming?
Yeah, that's a couple months from now. I mean, that's the other thing too. Other people are like, "Oh, it's sport right now," and people are like forgetting, like the summer months. You're not getting ratings unless you really know what you're doing. They've kind of resigned themselves to summer, basically, like whatever we can slap together. It's like you can tell. You can really tell. It's like, okay, we're just gonna slap things together. I don't know. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. But yeah, what do you got planned for the week coming?
No, just like I said, later in the week, I'm going to see Rocket Man and Dark Phoenix. Just keep cutting the grass every 4 days because it's been raining. So no, I've got nothing planned this weekend. Nothing of consequence. I might get together with a friend of mine. We start watching season 2 of Cobra Kai. But then next week we start Krypton. So yeah, man. So
man on Krypton. That reminds me. 2 other things. One, I guess here's what we didn't talk about. That live All in the Family and Jeffersons thing did really, really well.
Okay, well, good for them.
And I guess now they're talking ABC, looking for other ways to do something like that. But we'll see. We'll see if that works. And then the other thing is, were you much of a game show person or no?
Summer vacations, my grandma would babysit us, me and my 2 sisters in the house. Mm-hmm. And I would watch game shows in the mornings with grandma in the summer. So yeah, you could say I like. Oh, and speaking of game shows, we just had that today. That guy James, who has spent like 32 days on Jeopardy. Finally got dethroned today. Yeah, he's gone. We think he threw it. We think he we think he threw the match.
Do you really? I guess so. The person who won is also from Chicago. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, this guy James is from Naperville. So
right. Well, and the person who won is a U.S. librarian or UC librarian.
Okay.
University of Chicago. So very strange that way.
But yeah, so I guess I kind of into game shows.
I know it. ABC started show slate in the summer, but I don't know if you caught one of the ones that they're adding.
What are they adding?
Press Your Luck.
Ooh, yes, I like Press Your Luck.
Yes, Press Your Luck was my favorite.
With the whammies.
But they're doing all new episodes of Press Your Luck.
Yes.
And they start the same night as Krypton.
Oh, you bastards.
So I don't know if that's the same time or.
Well, that's what DVRs are for.
Yeah, absolutely. But I am totally taping Press Your Luck. I hope this works. I really do. I loved Press Your Luck. That was my favorite. I think they're doing Card Sharks too. I
wasn't big on Card Sharks. I remember Chuck Woolery in the Scrabble game.
Yeah, they don't. That's one I don't think they've looked at yet.
Well, now it's Words with Friends.
Yeah,
he was like, we don't play Scrabble, we play Words with Friends. I'm like, no, the game is called Scrabble.
Some of the ones that they have that they've been doing, like the $25,000.
Yeah.
With Strahan isn't bad, and then the Celebrity Family Feud with using that got on. But yeah, I'm with you. I hear you.
And the winner is Miss America.
No. Yeah, really. Yeah, couldn't. I guess he lost his show, and then he's not doing that little Big Shot show anymore.
Yeah, that's right. He had a talk show for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, could have happened to a better guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think you heard about all that stuff. When he left Chicago about how you don't address him.
Yeah, some kind of tirade or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But yeah, I'm with you. But yeah, Press Your Luck.
Sweet.
I'm psyched.
I'm watching
it. I'm psyched. I'm hoping it works. I have a feeling it'll get good ratings. The question is will it continue to do what it did? If it works, I'm curious. I have seen art on commercial. They did not update the whammy.
He looks the same? Nice.
He looks the same. I think they realized if they update the look of the whammy, it might be a bad idea.
Yeah, they want him to look the same, man.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
is he like 3D, like a CGI, or is he still like a 2D cartoon?
Yeah, he still looks like a 2D cartoon.
Nice. Still that retro look, yeah.
Yeah, I think they decided. I feel like Game Show Network tried to do Press Your Luck at one point.
Yeah,
and
maybe they
tried
did.
To do,
maybe there was one that was short-lived.
Right, it was short-lived, but they did like exactly what you said, which is they did like
they tried to
the
update
whammy,
it.
like an updated whammy, and he wasn't nearly as cool or funny. Yeah, and it was like
right.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah, I like I said, that'll be it too. I'm in on Press Your Luck next week. I hope it'll be fun, especially with that. Yeah, that'll at least give us something. But speaking of something, if something wants to, somebody
or someone
or something wants to get in touch with us, how do they do that?
From beyond tomorrow, someone or something wishes to contact us. It's easy. We're on Instagram and Twitter at SOTRT Podcast. Obviously, the Facebook page is great. That's where we post all our crazy stories for our News of the Squared, which is coming up later in the week. Shout out to Scott for bringing us these great stories. And, of course, we have the E-Podcast as well. We're on Anchor and Podbean. Download the free apps. You'll get them for free on your mobile device. And, of course, we're on YouTube. Click the bell, subscribe. You'll know when new episodes drop. And if you want to email us, we are at sotrtpodcast@gmail.com.
Very cool. Mike, it's been fun. I feel like we really got into a lot of fun stuff this week. And although we do miss Ivan.
We'll have him back next week. Hopefully, we'll have the Trinity return.
The Trinity. Oh, well, I'm not dressing up in the costume.
We'll let Ivan be Wonder Woman.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Well, it's like 1, 2, 3, not it, and he's not here.
That's right. He's not it. That's right.
Yeah, not it, and he's not here.
As long as I get to be the sparkly Batman.
Oh, God. Now I have this image in my head of Ivan wearing a Wonder Woman costume, and I'm just like...
He'd do it, too. If I paid him $50, he'd do it.
Oh,
I might not even have to pay him $50.
I know. He might do it on purpose. Just
do it, just to...
make us all go...
Yeah. Well, with that, I guess we're done for this week.
Yeah, seriously.
When you're welcome for that earworm, for that picture in your head.
Yeah. Oh, well, most of people... Funny part is most people don't know what Ivan looks like, so that's okay. Yeah. But, Bearded Wonder Woman. There's your episode name. Bearded Wonder Woman. There you go. All right. Well, thanks again. I'm Jeff Stein with Mike Boyle. I almost did it, Mike. I almost said the wrong thing again. I hate when Ivan did that. He put that in my head. That's why you
need to write these things down. That way we'd be sure we get it right. Yeah.
All right. For you, like I said, I'm Jeff Stein. This is Mike Boyle.
Yo.
Thanks for joining us on Squares Roundtable, and we'll see you next week.
Catch you later.